All right, y'all. It's been like what 3 days since I uploaded a video. Your boy's been grinding. Okay, that's all I can say. Your boy's been grinding, but we're here. We are still here. Now, in this video, I wanted to talk about something that has been talked about in the community for like a week now, and this is what I want to talk about because this little debate here, right, is crazy how people are debating about this, but this discussion where people are saying that 20 radiant tides and 1,000 astrites is worth $40, like it's worth spending $40 to get pulls in the gacha game versus spending $40 on a game like Clear Obscure. Now when I saw this post, my initial thoughts is that, yeah, I agree that when you take a look at these gacha games, these deals are just ridiculous. But I realized that, this isn't the first time this has been happening. This has been happening multiple times for gacha games. This has been happening for a long, long, long time. But what Gacha Smack's saying here, right? Saying that Clear Obscure costs $39.99. Meanwhile, you're spending $39.99 just to get 20 Radiant Tides and 1,000 Astrites, and you might not even get the character. You're guaranteed to have access to a full game. One of the best games, right? One of the best games to release in a long time, right? And I'm not saying like Clear Obscure is like the best game ever, but it is one of the best games to release in a hot minute. You're getting that full experience versus you dumping $40 on absolutely nothing but 4-star weapons and a 4-star character that you already have maxed out. I think that's just bullshit. Okay, I think that's bullshit. But when I read some of the comments here, it seems like a lot of people don't really understand the point of this tweet, and they just jump to defense because, oh, it's Wuwa. Wuwa is a perfect game. And I want to go ahead and make myself clear. I don't care if it's Wuthering Waves. I don't care if it's Arknight's Infield. I don't care if it's Do It Out Abyss. I don't care what game it is, bro. When facts are facts, facts are facts. I'm not gonna shield for a game just because that game is not a Hoyo game. Trust and believe me, Hoyo games are fucking predatory, 100%. But just because Hoyo games are extremely predatory, that doesn't mean that if another game decides to do something scummy, then we should just give it the green light and be like, oh, because Hoyo is worse, we're not going to say anything. No, that's not how I roll. I don't shill for any game. The truth is the truth. That's how I operate. And this is simply the truth. When it comes to these gacha games, they give you these dumbass deals where it's like, oh, you want to spend $50 just to get 30 pulls, but the thing is, you're not even going to get the character. It's not even guaranteed. It's just a waste. That's what's fucked up. And what makes it even more fucked up is that the game is probably going to go EOS, because let's be real, guys, when it comes to gacha games don't really last that long. Except if it's like a 3D open world gacha game. Like when we take a look at 3D open world gacha games like Tower Fantasy, Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, they're going strong. Like 3D open world gacha games always go really, really strong. And some other games like PGR, Honkai Impact 3, and etc. There are exceptions, but when you take a look at games like Black Beacon and so many more gacha games that went EOS, it's like spending money on these gacha games, like spending insane amount of money on these gacha games just for all of that shit to go away. I don't know, me personally, I just never fuck with that at all. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. And that's what some people are saying. See, some people are saying, like, you have this person over here. Now, I don't take this John Seaman fuck any serious. Like, I don't take him seriously at all because this guy is a fucking retard. But he says, Unc acting like they force him to buy the pack to play the game. That is true. Nobody is forcing you to buy the pack to play the game. That is true. But at the same time, $39.99 gives you a full game like Clear Obscure. And even better games, right? Even games that are way more insane. For example, Batman Arkham Knight. Batman Arkham Knight is fucking goated. One of my favorite games of all time. You can play Batman Arkham Knight. Play so many more top tier games. under $39. But you're sitting here spending $40 to get 20 pulls, 25 pulls, I'll say, and you're not even guaranteed to get the character. Do you know how fucked up that is? That's fucked up. And this reply over here really shows how retarded a lot of these people in the space can be, because they like to use their personal preference to be stupid. They like to say, oh, because it's my personal preference, I can act retarded. So his response to this is, isn't this a huge ass case of opportunity cost? What's with this false equivalence kind of post? If someone plays Wuthering Waves and has no interest in playing Expedition 33 due to personal preference, what's the use of that $40 on a game they won't play? This is a moot point, and the reason why this is a moot point is because that is not the point of this entire discussion. The point of this discussion is value. You take $40. Option A, are you going to take that $40 and spend it on 27 pulls and gamble to see if you can actually get the 5-star character you want? Because there's 50-50 and there's a chance that you might not get it. There's like a 0.8% chance that you might get the character. Or option B, are you going to take that $40 and buy a full game, get the full experience, right? That's like over what, 30 to 60 hours? Which one would you do? And if your response is, yeah, I'm going to take that $40, I'm going to get 27 pulls over buying a full game, and it doesn't even have to be Expedition 33. It could be any game. If you're going to choose that over buying a full game, you can do what you got to do. But don't expect people to not judge you for making that decision. That's all I got to say. And that's what this person doesn't understand. They like to use their personal preference as a way to say, oh no, you can't say that my decision was stupid. It is a stupid decision. It's a stupid way to spend money. If you make a fuck ton of money, by all means, go ahead and do what you got to do with that money. But if you're going to ask yourself and say, okay, I have $40. What should I spend this $40 on? And you have two options, and you tell yourself, I want to spend my money on something that has more value, something that's going to give me something big in return, right? Something that's going to not make me regret spending that money. If you tell yourself that you're going to choose 27 pulls over a full game, lost the cause, bro. Lost the fucking cause. And then this person says, bro, it's to show how illogically high gacha prices are. No way only 27 pulls should cost as much as Expedition 33. Use the 40 on another game they might play. Exactly, that's literally what I just said. It doesn't even have to be Expedition 33. It could be any game. That's why I'm saying, like, this argument here, and I've seen this argument multiple times under this tweet. Like, people are just being fucking retarded, and they don't really understand the point of this post. He's not saying, oh, everybody should buy Expedition 33 over this. That's not what he's saying. What he's saying is that 27 pulls that cost $40. Meanwhile, a full game that won Game of the Year, a full game that a lot of people like, cost $40 is absurd. And I agree, it is absurd. You could buy better games of many different genres with the same amount of money, like much less money than that. Games are really cheap. If you only like gacha games, then you probably have an underlying gambling addiction, which is not good. It doesn't have to be Expedition 33. There's more thing that worth spending 39 on. Exactly, bro. Like, people pretty much get the point that, yo, it's not just Expedition 33. You can buy any game you want, less than $39, bro. Like, do you guys see how stupid this is? Anyways, now this right over here, like, bro, this is a perfect example of backpedaling. So you guys already know the initial tweet is, okay, I can buy Expedition 33 for $40. Meanwhile, in Wuthering Waves, I'm spending $40 just to get 27 pulls, and I might not get what I want. That is pretty much the entire point. Like, that is literally the discussion, right? And this person comes in and says, it's true that 33 is a good game. So he acknowledges that Expedition 33 is a good game. Then he follows up with, but it won't be updated every 40 days unless they can push out a new region or a new map every 40 days. Without context, what is this? What kind of vibe does this tweet give you? What kind of vibe does this response give you? Bro is pretty much saying, Because Expedition 33 doesn't release big updates every 40 days, then that's what makes Uwa better. That's not what he's saying, but that's the vibe he's giving off. Like, that's the vibe he's giving me. He's pretty much saying, because Wuwa drops more updates, because Wuwa is a live service game, connect the dots. It's a better game. That's the vibe he's giving me. He says another thing is, no one forced you to buy these bundles. Stupid argument. That's a stupid counter argument because that's not the point. Once again, the point is, when you take a look at value, 27 pulls versus a full game. It is an objective fact that a full game, it could be any full game, a full game has more value over 27 pulls. It's just a fact. Sorry, bro. But then bro follows up with, not sure why so many people don't get it. If 33 can receive updates every 40 days and roll out a new region, they're obviously going to release bundle or battle pass. Brother, why couldn't you put that in your initial response? You see, this is why I don't use Twitter, bro. Because niggas like to rage bait. Niggas like to act stupid. And then when people catch them on their bullshit, they backpedal. And then they say, well, I don't understand why you don't get what I'm saying. This is what I said. Nigga, you never included this part over here. They're obviously going to release bundle or battle pass. You never said this in your initial tweet. You literally just said, but it won't be updated every 40 days unless they can push out a new region or a new map every 40 days. You're saying that about Expedition 33. Pretty much saying that, oh, because Expedition 33 isn't a live service game, well, Wuwa has the upper hand. That's what you're saying, bro. Like, come on, dude. Like, these people, man, say something stupid, and then when people catch you on your bullshit, you backpedal and be like, this is what I meant to say. No, bro, just own it. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on, you know, this whole thing. I just think it's goofy, the fact that people don't really understand the difference between value and personal preference. Yes, it is your opinion. If you believe that Wu was a better game, by all means believe that. If you believe that when it comes to spending $40 on 27 pulls and then spending $40 on a full game, if you think that's fine, cool, do your thing. But when it comes to facts, when we take a look at facts, it is an objective fact that me spending $40 on a full game, right, on a full game is far more valuable than me spending $40 on a gacha game where I'm not even gonna get what I want in return. There's a 0.8% chance of me getting what I want. All I'm gonna get with $40 is 4-star weapon, 4-star character, or absolutely nothing. That's what I'm gonna get in return. Like, I can't believe this is a debate. I can't believe it. And the reason why I think the reason why people are arguing about this is because, oh, he's saying something about Wuwa and it's not positive. Oh shit, I have to defend my precious game. That's literally the situation here. I have to defend my precious game because he said this about my game. It's just fucking weird, man. Like, guys, can we get our minds out of this toxicity where whenever somebody says something about your game, you have to jump into the defense and pretend as if, you know, your life is on the line. It's not that fucking serious, man. It's not that deep. Of course, when people are spreading misinformation, like saying, oh, Mornay is AI, Wu was botting their reviews, yeah, of course you can, you know, jump into the defense because you are pretty much correcting misinformation. That's valid. But when somebody comes in and says, hey, by the way, you're spending $40 on 27 pulls, here's what $40 can actually give you. And then your response to that is, what the fuck are you talking about, man? There's no way you just said that this is far more valuable than this. How dare you say that? That's the vibes that this entire discussion is giving me. That's the vibes I'm getting from this discussion. Is that people don't want to accept that there is something that's actually valuable outside of you buying pulls in a fucking gacha game. That's what I'm getting from this discussion. People don't want to accept that when it comes to pulls in gacha games, they're just not fucking valuable unless you have enough pulls to reach guaranteed. And let's be real, guys, the gameplay loop in gacha games, it's repetitive. Pull for a new character, play with that character for like 3 or 4 days, and then you just put the character down, and then you wait for the next character, and then you take that character, you play with that old character, try a new team comp, and then you put that team comp down, you wait for a new character, and then you try out a new meta, you try out a new team. Bro, it's the same fucking loop over and over and over and over and over again. All right, it's the same shit over and over and over again. It's okay. Okay? It's okay to accept that there is something far more valuable outside of you buying pulls. It's okay to admit that. It's just the truth. I don't know why people are getting so butthurt over this fact and trying to hide behind their personal preference to block out facts. They like to hide behind their delusion and believe that pulls is far more valuable than a complete game. Now, of course, if the game is complete dog shit, then that's debatable, right? But even if the game is dog shit, you are still getting a full game. You are still getting something in return. You are still getting 60 hours of content in return, whether it's dog shit or not. Meanwhile, in the gacha game, you're spending $40 just for 10 seconds of nothing. That's what you're spending $40 on. 10 seconds of nothing. That's it. There is no way on God's green earth you're going to sit here and argue that that's valuable in any sort of way. This is a perfect example of deflection. Once again, it's true that not buying these egregious, packs, like these egregious packs that have ridiculous deals that equate to a full game, right? That can solve the problem. Because if nobody is buying these packs, then the developers are going to be like, okay, nobody is buying these packs, so therefore we're going to reduce the price. We're going to decrease the price, right? So yes, not buying these packs can solve the problem, but that is not the argument here. The reason why people are saying you don't have to buy is because they're using that argument as a way to go after somebody for pointing out how egregious the prices are in these gacha games. That's the problem. They're like, okay, we know that these packs in these gacha games are egregious. We know that. Deep down inside, we know. But we don't want to admit it because this is our favorite game. So therefore, we're going to respond with, dude, you don't have to buy it. Stop complaining. Stop whining. You're being disingenuous, blah, blah, blah. All the fucking, arguments from Twitter that they just throw a bunch of word salad at you. That's what they do. They're good at doing that. You post one picture and niggas take that one picture, interpret whatever the fuck they want to interpret. That's how Twitter is, right? So that's literally the issue in this entire situation. Taking his tweet, twisting it, and blocking the fact that prices, these gacha games, these deals are egregious when you actually compare them to full games. When you take a look at value, it is an objective fact that buying a full game over 27 pulls is far more valuable. So therefore, 27 pulls for $40, unacceptable. It is unacceptable. And it's not us just sitting here bitching about it. No, we're just pointing out a simple fact. That's it. It's just people pointing out a fact. That's it. People are just blowing it out of proportion because they just don't want to admit that their favorite game is flawed in a way. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Adios.